cases where section 41 of the Income Tax Act gets attracted. If there is any remission or cessation of any trading liability, then in that case, the liability which has ceased to exist has to be offered as income under the Income Tax Act, under section 41(1). In the same way, balancing charge is to be offered. Sale of assets used for scientific research under section 41(3). If there is any sale of such assets and if there is any profit, then it is to be offered as income. Recovery of bad debts, which is also considered as bad debts recovered, is also to be offered as income under section 41(4). Amount withdrawn from special reserve would also be considered as income under section 41(4)(a), and adjustment of losses under section 41(5). Now we go through the slides on each and every point individually. First is remission of trading liability. If any deduction of any trading expense has already been allowed as an expenditure or loss or trading liability, and during the current year obtain refund of such liability or obtain benefit in respect of such trading liability by way of remission or cessation thereof. If both these conditions are satisfied, the amount obtained shall be deemed to be profits and gains from business or profession and chargeable to tax as income of that previous year, regardless of the continuity of the business. Now we go on to the balancing charge, which would also be taxable. It would be applicable when a depreciable asset of a power generating unit is sold, discarded, demolished or destroyed, and depreciation is charged on straight line method basis. Now, how it would be calculated? First of all, find out the WDV, that is the return down value, of the asset on the first day of the previous year in which it is sold, discarded, demolished or destroyed. Step 2, find out the sale consideration, that is actual money received or receivable. Then, if step 2 is more than step 1, then the surplus would be step 2 less step 1. That surplus is again bifurcated into two parts. Surplus to the extent of depreciation which is already claimed in previous year would be taxable as business income, and the remaining surplus would be taxable as capital gains. The balancing charge is taxable regardless of the continuity of the business. Now we come on to how sale of asset used for scientific research is taxable and how that amount is derived. If any capital asset used in scientific research and such asset is sold without having been used for other purposes, and sale proceeds plus amount of deduction under section 35 is more than the capital expenditure, then how it is arrived, how the amount is calculated? Surplus, that is sale proceeds, add amount of deduction under section 35 less capital expenditure, or amount of deduction allowed under section 35, whichever is less. This resulting figure would be taxable regardless of the continuity of the business. Recovery of bad debts. Bad debt has been allowed as deduction and amount recovered more than debt less deduction allowed. Excess realization is chargeable to tax as business income of the year in which the debt is recovered, regardless of the continuity of the business, where excess realization is equal to amount recovered less debt less deduction already allowed. Amounts withdrawn from special reserve. If any amount has been withdrawn from a special reserve in respect of which deduction was allowed under section 36(1)(8), it will be chargeable to tax in the year in which the amount is withdrawn, regardless of the fact whether the business is in existence or not. Adjustment of loss. The business or profession is discontinued and loss of such business or profession pertaining to the year in which it is discontinued could not be set off against any other income of that year, and such business is not a speculation business, and after discontinuation of such business there is a receipt which is deemed as business income under section 41(1), 3, 4 or 4A. Such loss can be set off against current year's business income.